Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about the movie Until Dawn that's at the movie theaters. And so I went today to the Alamo Drafthouse to go see it. And I have an Alamo Drafthouse season pass. So, I pay a small fee at the beginning of the month, and then I get to see unlimited amount of movies through the month. And I think it's a great deal. So I go a lot because I love movies, especially horror movies. That's why I have this channel. And I wanted to see this latest horror movie, Until Dawn. And so I did. And it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. So let me give you some, a non-spoiler review of the movie. So maybe you can see if you want to see it too. So, well, first of all, I get there, and at the Alamo Drafthouse, they have a preview show, right? Other theaters don't do this, but they have a preview show, and so they were kind of giving hints as to what the movie's going to be about. So like there was some movie with like a mad doctor in it. So I was like, oh, so this one will probably have a mad doctor, and lots of like trailers for old horror movies, that sort of thing. So I was like, okay, it just kind of got my appetite ready for this movie. And speaking of appetites, I ordered. They have a special menu for Mother's Day right now at Alamo Drafthouse. So I ordered the beer battered cod sandwich, which was really good. And I had that with a mango tahine mocktail thing, which was okay. I really wanted a non-alcoholic beer, but they were out. I was all ready. I had my snacks, and I was ready for the movie, and I enjoyed it. So this movie is based off of a PlayStation game, and you can even see that in one of the title cards. It says this is a PlayStation movie, which I thought was funny. I don't think I've ever seen a PlayStation movie before, but I'm a big fan of PlayStation. I have like 3 of them in this house, and I've never played the game Until Dawn. I have played other kind of scary games for PlayStation, but not that one. I'm guessing the game must have been like an early 2000s or whatever game, because the movie had like early 2000s feel to it. So it kind of was probably trying to stay true to that, I would say. I really liked like the fashion, or like the styling of everyone. It was so refreshing. Usually movies like these days with 20 somethings in them, they're usually wearing horrible athleisure and leggings and sweatpants and stuff like that. But everyone in here was dressed, decently, like the duck, like the main guy, his pants went, they went straight down. They didn't become like this they never tapered off. They never became leggings at any point. And he also wore crisp white Reeboks, just like the duck. So I was like, okay, these people, they have style. So it helped me connect with the characters more, because they didn't look terrible like most people do these days. So I could tell it was going to be a good movie already, because I like that era when, people look decent. I would say this movie is Happy Death Day meets Cabin in the Woods, and I own those 2 movies. Those are 2 of some of my favorite movies, Happy Death Day and The Cabin in the Woods. So that's kind of the vibe of this movie. Yeah, I remember I saw Happy Death Day. I really enjoyed it. I saw this at the movies back when they used to have Movie Pass. Remember that? I got the first one when it was $9.99, and I went to see Happy Death Day at the Alamo Drafthouse, and I had a blast seeing it. This was years and years ago, but yeah, that's all fun. That's kind of what this movie's about. It's kind of like a horror Groundhog Day. As you can tell from the trailers, they're living the same day over and over again, and trying to get out of the pattern. And like with Happy Death Day, each day ends with them dying, you know, and so it's obviously, you know, it's a horror movie, of course. And I guess kind of like Cabin in the Woods in that it's, I mean, you can tell right away when they get there to the sort of cabin thing, the building, they're stuck, right? And the horrors begin. So that's just the sort of general idea of the movie. You know, obviously I'm not going to tell you, any spoilers or anything. But I will say some points about the movie is that, first of all, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid horror movie. I even like the music. Usually music is overbearing in these sorts of 2000s sort of movies. It's like, you know, do it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something where there's no music and then the dread is real and it's not like it's a entertainment or something. But it kind of worked for this one. The writing was only okay. I think Gary Doberman did it from the It. It was only okay. The acting, well, they didn't really have much to work with, but you know, you're not really there for that. You're there for this intriguing story based on the video game that, even though it's similar to other stories, it still had some original ideas to it and kept it interesting. Obviously, this movie is about multiple deaths over and over again. So I will say that the kills were original and they were gory and they were a lot of fun. There were some jump scares. You know, sometimes I had to look away because I didn't, you know, I knew a jump scare was coming, but I, you know, kept it fun. You know, it was like a roller coaster ride. It was a lot of fun. I'm probably not gonna buy it like these movies. I wouldn't say it's a great classic or anything like that, like these movies sort of kind of are. But it was a lot of fun, and I recommend it, but maybe wait for it to come out on, you know, Shudder or Hulu or something. I wouldn't pay money to see it in the theater. Of course, I didn't pay money because it was part of my season pass, so it worked out for me. It was a solid movie. Wasn't the greatest movie ever. Again, wait for it to come out on streaming. I think it actually is going to probably come out on streaming soon because I was looking at Alamo Drafthouse schedule, and today is the last day that it's playing here in Texas. So I actually wanted to see Clown in a Cornfield today, but I knew that Clown in a Cornfield would be on tomorrow at the Alamo, but today was the last day on the schedule for Until Dawn. So I made the decision to see Until Dawn. And I think it was a good decision because it was a lot of fun. And that cod sandwich was pretty amazing too. So yeah. I will say, because of the gore in this movie, finish your food fast, maybe within the first 20 minutes of the movie, so that you don't get an upset stomach or something like that. Anyway, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and the Duck recommends Until Dawn. Go check it out. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.